I was born with a hole in my heart. As a child, this often caused me pain. My heart would beat a mile a minute, so fast that I thought it would beat right out of my chest. My doctor told me it's because I can feel the pain of others. Maybe that's why I like to read so much.
It's true that dreams become more vivid in the first trimester. Shorter, sharper, and full of unpleasant sexual pursuits. I watch the same man climb through my window on stuttery repeat. Invasive vine. A friend who's probably still a friend, who's maybe into birthing, I can't remember the friend, tells me they're called pregnancy dreams and tells me about her mother who wrote a journal of them. I love sunflowers, especially because they are yellow. I still think I would prefer a boy to give them to me over red roses. A friend, maybe now a former one, tells me he is concerned that I am sinking in, becoming what he says is a slight, and it always is one, too interior. He tells me how in this world he feels love and support, not lost in his own head. I ask myself about blood and where it comes from, and the negated history of hormones, hysteria, neurasthenia. I want an anatomical rendering of miscarried hormones detoxing from my bloodstream.
I mourn a lost thing. I once dreamt that my heart exploded, and I became the ocean.
Suppose I were to say that I watch my blood spool loss in the toilet. Suppose I were to say I catch some of it in my palm. Suppose the blood at some point is no longer a drip, but a bruised clot, a honeycomb chunk, a small cluster of grapes in my hand.
Then I'd go on to tell you that what I've experienced is real. Because it is. And just because something happens in your head doesn't make it false.
If I had known that Georgia O'Keeffe's paintings were really vaginas, I would be better off. Masturbate would have been part of my vocabulary as a female thing, so would coming. I would have been a person who had experienced an orgasm before pregnancy. In another world, not inner, the Art Institute would have O'Keeffe's paintings with anatomical labels, the labia, the clitoris, and tutorials for how to touch. Nice-looking fingers rubbing and caressing the cream-white petal folds.
Suppose I were to say that I'm obsessed with being an independent woman.